There's a public meeting in Mammoth Lakes on Monday, June 29th on the Tioga Inn specific plan amendment. The Mono County Board of Supervisors will conduct a public hearing on the Tioga Inn specific plan amendment on June 29th at 9 a.m. in Mammoth Lakes. Remote video conferencing is available through Zoom as well as teleconferencing by phone. Visit our website at sierrawave.net for links and more information on how to join in the meetings. The plan amendment and subsequent environmental impact report proposes an addition of 150 new workforce housing bedrooms in up to 100 units, a third gas pump island, and an overhead canopy, parking, a package wastewater treatment system, a replacement water tank, a 30,000-gallon propane tank, and modifications to the boundaries and land use designations in the existing specific plan, which also allows for a hotel and restaurant. No changes are proposed to the hotel and restaurant components. Space will be limited at the physical meeting location. The board chamber, Suite Z, Minaret Village Mall in Mammoth Lakes. A sign-up to reserve a physical seat at the meeting will be made available online through the County Board of Supervisors website. Again, visit sierrawave.net for more information and links to the Zoom meetings and the telephone conference call, phone number, and ID. Mammoth Lakes Tourism deals with the new normal, whatever that is. Deb Murphy submitted a report to us, and it reads that the COVID-19 travel ban is still in place. The COVID curve has not flattened, but appears to be on the uptake. Traffic has noticeably picked up on U.S. Highway 395. Mammoth Lakes and much of the Eastern Sierra is dependent on tourist dollars. Put all those facts in a box, shake them up, and see what kind of tourism plan you can come up with for the next fiscal year. That was John Erdy, Executive Director of Mammoth Lakes Tourism, presentation to last week's Town Council meeting. Council member John Wentworth's statement that MLT had to be nimble was an understatement. Erdy's budget allowed for a loss of nearly $2.3 million in Measure A and Tourism Business Improvement District funds, balanced against a $2.2 million cut in expenditures. The strategy was to rely more on social media messaging than traditional advertising. But a greater challenge will be to bring tourists back to the mountain community with a clear idea of what that experience will look like. Don't think Bacchus, think Buddha, but a lot of Buddhas with high-end taste. We're back to square one, Erdy said. The momentum has stopped. We have to rebuild. His strategy is to tap into past patterns of visitation, those with loyalty to Mammoth, and convince them a trip to town is safe. With air service paused, the focus has to be on what is called near-cations. Wentworth wanted to see MLT produce a whole re-imaging or rebranding of the town. The world has changed, he said. We need a fresh approach on how we engage with our audience. Erdy explained rebranding was expensive, arguing the messaging, release yourself into the wild, focused on activities that would be inherently social distancing. Now is not the time to introduce even a variation on the brand, he said. We have to deal with a new reality, said Council Member Cleland Hoff. We have to go with a new Coke reality. The only problem with that argument, New Coke was considered a major failure. The company brought back the original formula within 3 months, branded Coca-Cola Classic. Erdy, more or less, held to his presentation. For the good of the economy, we need to move forward, he said. But so did Wentworth. We can review in 6 months. This is a rapidly changing environment. Next, and possibly the final iteration of the MLT plan will be back to the council on July 15th. We had a little excitement here in Bishop the other day. The Bishop Fire Department was dispatched to a vehicle fire off of Two Sioux Lane on Monday, June 22nd. The buildings were threatened and the fire was upgraded to a structure fire. Thanks to the swift response from the Bishop Volunteer Fire Department, the building was saved and no injuries were reported. As for the car, it did not fare as well. Whatever make or model it was a Firebird on its way out of this life. Sierra Wave will try to get more information and post it in updates. Visit our website at sierrawave.net for more information and photos of the incident. We'll be right back with more news and Dennis Mattinson's weather.